Hello, fellow aficionados. Welcome to Daily Stoic 2.0, a space dedicated to crafting a resilient mindset for modern living. Are you wondering if your friends are more angelic or devilish? It's like playing a game of guess the true character with everyone wearing invisible masks. But hold on, before you start pointing fingers, ask yourself, am I the hero or the villain in this story? Diving into the murky waters of morality, this video is your trusty guide to spotting the subtle signs of goodness and evil lurking beneath the surface. We're unpacking 9 sneaky behaviors that scream, beware, including one particularly sinister move that could wreak havoc on innocent bystanders faster than you can say drama alert. Taking a page from the Stoic playbook, we'll dish out some wisdom on how to size up someone's character, even when they're not saying a word. Spoiler alert. True goodness isn't just about smiling politely. It's about walking the talk with reason, justice, and a sprinkle of kindness. No more falling for the wolf in sheep's clothing. Let's peel back those deceptive layers and arm ourselves with the knowledge to spot the shady characters lurking in our midst. And hey, don't forget to hit that like button and join our tribe of truth seekers. Together, we'll navigate this wild world with our moral compasses held high. Now, let the battle between good and evil begin. 1. Deriving satisfaction from others' suffering. Alright, so picture this. You've got someone in your life who seems all rainbows and sunshine on the surface, but deep down, they're like a twisted version of a Disney villain. When others are going through tough times, instead of lending a shoulder to cry on, they're secretly doing a happy dance or giving you that creepy smirk like they just won the lottery. Now, this isn't just your run-of-the-mill social faux pas. It's like they're missing the empathy gene altogether. They're like emotional vampires, sucking the life out of any heartfelt moment and replacing it with their own twisted joy. You'll spot this shady behavior in little ways, like them cracking mean jokes that cut a little too close to the bone, or conveniently disappearing when you need a helping hand the most. It's like they're allergic to kindness and thrive on other people's misery. But hold up, this isn't just about pointing fingers and calling them out. It's a red flag waving in the wind, signaling something more profound is happening. Their lack of empathy isn't just a quirk. It's a warning sign that they might be capable of some seriously shady stuff down the line. So, what's the game plan? We need to tackle this head on, not just for the sake of those directly affected, but for the sanity of everyone in their orbit. It's time to spread some genuine compassion and understanding, and maybe, just maybe, we can turn this twisted tale into a happy ending. Number 2, inconsistency in convictions and promises. All right, imagine you've got a friend who's about as steady as a squirrel on a caffeine high. One minute, they're all in, nodding along with you like a bobblehead, and the next, they've flipped the script so fast you'd think they were auditioning for a role in a soap opera. These folks are like chameleons, changing their tune depending on how the wind blows. It's like they've got a loyalty card for flip-flopping, and they're earning points faster than you can say trust issues. Their wishy-washy behavior isn't just annoying. It's a neon sign flashing me, myself, and I in bright lights. They treat relationships like a bargaining chip, tossing honesty and commitment out the window whenever it suits their agenda. But here's the kicker. While they might start off as your ride-or-die buddy, don't be surprised if they bail on you faster than a sinking ship when it's convenient for them. Their inconsistency doesn't just mess with your head, it chips away at the trust that holds friendships together. So, what's the takeaway? Building solid connections means being as reliable as your grandma's apple pie recipe, consistent, honest, and true to your word. Because in a world full of flaky friends, being a rock-solid ally is worth its weight in gold. And hey, speaking of loyalty, if you're digging this content, show us some love by hitting that like button and subscribing. We appreciate you sticking with us through thick and thin. Hats off to you, loyal subscribers. At number 3, they harbor no feelings of remorse. Have you ever crossed paths with someone who could argue their way out of a paper bag, even when caught red-handed? Yep, that's your classic no remorse harbinger, a master of denial who'd sooner build a castle of excuses than admit they messed up. These folks are like stubborn mules, digging their heels in and refusing to budge, no matter how glaring the evidence against them. Instead of owning up to their mistakes, they're busy constructing a fortress of justifications to protect their fragile ego. But here's the kicker. Their refusal to say "my bad" isn't just annoying. It's a warning sign flashing "proceed with caution" in neon lights. Because let's face it, if someone can't own up to their goof-ups, how can you trust them when the going gets tough? Now, compare that to a true blue good egg who's all about that humble pie life. They get that we're all human and bound to mess up from time to time. Instead of playing the blame game, they own their slip-ups like a boss, seeing them as opportunities for growth rather than moments to save face. So when sizing someone up, please pay close attention to how they handle their boo-boos. If they're allergic to apologies and prefer spinning facts like a politician on election day, it might be time to rethink that friendship. Because let's be real, a person who can't own their mistakes is like a puzzle missing a crucial piece. You're always left wondering what's going on behind the scenes. 4. Shows indifference. Have you ever met someone who could talk the hind legs off a donkey but couldn't spare a second to listen to someone else's story? Yep, that's your classic indifference imposter, a pro at pretending to care while secretly checking out mentally. These folks are like one-person shows, starring themselves as the main attraction while everyone else gets stuck playing background extras. They'll hijack conversations faster than you can say "me, myself, and I," leaving no room for anyone else to get a word in edgewise. But here's the kicker. Their disinterest isn't just rude. It's like they've got a black hole where their empathy should be. Instead of tuning in to what others say, they're busy changing the channel to whatever suits their fancy. And don't even get me started on their reaction when someone else tries to share their feelings. It's like they've got an emotional firewall, blocking out any hint of empathy or connection. Whether it's a friend's heartache or a colleague's triumph, they'll greet it with all the enthusiasm of a soggy sandwich. In a nutshell, their indifference doesn't just put a damper on relationships, it's a neon sign flashing "emotionally unavailable" in big, bold letters. So, if you ever find yourself stuck in a conversation with one of these empathy-deficient individuals, it might be time to make a swift exit before they drain your emotional battery dry. 5. Emotional coldness. Have you ever met someone who's about as warm and fuzzy as a snowman in July? Yep, that's your classic emotionally chilled individual. A pro at putting up an ice wall taller than the Great Wall of China when it comes to other people's feelings. These folks are like emotional icebergs, floating through life with all the warmth of a frozen dinner. While the rest of us are busy caring about others, they're stuck in their little bubble, oblivious to anyone else's struggles or joys. But wait, it gets better. Not only are they colder than a polar bear's toenails, but they're also as self-centered as a cat in a room full of mirrors. It's like they've got tunnel vision for their own needs and desires, leaving everyone else out in the cold. And when it comes to showing compassion or understanding, forget about it. These emotionally frigid folks would sooner give you the cold shoulder than lend a helping hand. Whether it's brushing off your problems like lint on a sweater or shooting down your ideas faster than a clay pigeon, they've mastered the art of emotional indifference. But before you start labeling them as villains straight out of a Disney movie, it's important to remember that emotional coldness isn't always a sign of pure evil. Sometimes it's just a defense mechanism they've built up over time, like wearing emotional armor to protect themselves from getting hurt. So, while their icy demeanor might leave you feeling frostbitten, it's worth digging a little deeper to understand where they're coming from. Because who knows, underneath that frosty exterior, a warm heart might be waiting to thaw out. Number 6. Need for control or influence. Have you ever met someone who's more controlling than a helicopter parent at a toddler's birthday party? Yep, that's your classic control freak. A master manipulator who's always got their hands in everyone else's business. These folks are like puppet masters, pulling the strings behind the scenes to ensure everything goes according to their grand plan. Sure, they might paint themselves as helpful leaders or wise advisors, but deep down, they crave that sweet, sweet power trip. Their M.O., authoritarianism 101. They'll bulldoze over anyone who dares to question their authority, stomping on different perspectives like ants at a picnic. Flexibility? Forget about it. They've set their guidelines in stone and they expect everyone else to follow suit, no questions asked. But wait, there's more. These control enthusiasts are also masters of manipulation, using sneaky tactics like guilt-tripping and emotional blackmail to bend others to their will. It's like they've got a PhD in mind games, leaving their victims feeling like they've been hit by a mental freight train without even realizing it. And don't even get me started on their utter disregard for personal boundaries. It's like they've got a GPS tracker set to invade everyone's privacy, poking their noses into matters that are none of their darn business. Sure, they might try to disguise their power-hungry ways with a facade of concern or care, but make no mistake, behind those faux smiles lies a hunger for control that would make Machiavelli proud. So, if you ever find yourself in their crosshairs, remember, boundaries are your best friend and a healthy dose of skepticism never hurts anyone. 7. Habitual lying. Have you ever crossed paths with someone who could spin a tale faster than a politician on election day? Yep, that's your classic chronic fibber, a master of deception who's always got a few tricks up their sleeve. These folks are like human Pinocchios, weaving a web of lies so intricate it could rival a spider's silk. From tweaking facts to spinning tall tales, they'll do whatever it takes to paint themselves in the best light, or reel in a bit of sympathy. But here's the kicker. Their lies aren't just harmless white fibs. They're like grenades tossed into the middle of a friendship circle. Whether it's spreading juicy gossip or twisting someone's words, they're not afraid to throw the truth under the bus if it means getting what they want. And let's not forget their complete disregard for honesty and transparency. It's like they've got a moral compass that's permanently stuck on whatever benefits me. Relationships, to them, are just a game where honesty is optional and winning is everything. But here's the cold, hard truth. Their lies aren't just a harmless little habit. They're like termites gnawing away at the foundation of trust that holds relationships together. Whether personal or professional, their deceit can leave a trail of destruction in its wake, wrecking friendships and tarnishing reputations faster than you can say, "Liar, liar, pants on fire." So if you ever find yourself caught in their web of lies, remember, honesty is always the best policy, even if it means telling the truth hurts a little. Because in a world full of fibbers, being the voice of reason might just be the most refreshing thing of all. Number 8. Chief Complainer. Have you ever met someone who could turn a sunny day into a stormy saga faster than you can say, "Weather report"? That's your classic constant complainer, the type who sees a cloud in every silver lining and a gripe in every glory. These folks don't just stop at complaining about the weather. They'll whine about everything, from their morning coffee to global warming. It's like they've got a one-way ticket on the negativity express, and they're not looking for any off-ramps. Instead of rolling up their sleeves and fixing things, they dive headfirst into the deep end of despair. Their motto, why be happy when you can be miserable? But here's the kicker. Their endless griping isn't just a buzzkill for themselves. It's like a toxic cloud that smothers everyone within earshot. They're like emotional vampires, sucking the joy out of life faster than you can say, "Cheer up." At the root of their constant complaining lies a deep-seated sense of entitlement and ingratitude. It's like they've got a VIP pass to the pity party, and they're not afraid to use it to guilt-trip others into showering them with attention and sympathy. But here's the real tea. Life's too short to spend it wallowing in negativity. It's time for these perpetual complainers to trade in their rain cloud for a silver lining and start counting their blessings instead of their grievances. Because, let's face it, there's more to life than just whining about it. So here's to turning those frowns upside down and embracing the brighter side of life. Let the sunshine in. 9. Speaking badly of others. Have you ever met someone who's quicker to throw shade than a tree in summer? Yep, that's your classic gossip guru, a master of the art of talking smack behind people's backs. These folks are like professional critics, always ready to dish out a healthy serving of negativity to anyone who'll listen. But here's the kicker. Their trash talking isn't just harmless banter, it's a subtle power play to boost their ego. Think about it. By tearing others down, they're trying to build themselves up like a rickety tower of gossip and backhanded compliments. It's like they've got a me versus them scoreboard in their head, and they'll do whatever it takes to come out on top. But here's where it gets juicy. Their habit of bad-mouthing others isn't just a harmless little quirk. It's like pouring toxic waste into the well of trust that holds relationships together. Whether spreading rumors or throwing shade, their negativity creates a poisonous cloud that poisons everything it touches. So next time you catch someone whispering behind someone's back, remember, it's not just gossip. It's a red flag waving in the wind, warning you to steer clear of the drama. In a world full of negativity, being the voice of reason might just be the most refreshing thing of all. And hey, if you found this video insightful, drop a comment, hit that like button, and subscribe for more wisdom nuggets from the School of Stoicism. Let's spread some positivity, one comment at a time. Hey there, wonderful humans. We're so grateful for all the love and support you've been showing us. Seriously, you guys rock. Now, if you're wondering how to keep this positivity train chugging along, fear not. We've got a few tricks up our sleeve. First off, spread the word like confetti at a parade. Share this video with your crew, your friends, your fam, your knitting circle. Everyone's invited. It's like planting seeds of positivity in a garden of awesome. Next up, why not join our little tribe? Becoming a member means you're not just a fan, you're part of the family. Plus, it encourages us to keep the lights on, to keep pumping out more of that sweet, sweet wisdom. But hey, don't stop there. We want to hear from you. Drop us a line in the comments below and let us know what's on your mind. Got a suggestion? A thought-provoking wisdom nugget? A joke? Lay it on us. We're all ears. And last but not least, a massive shout out to each and every one of you. Seriously, you guys are the wind beneath our wings, the peanut butter to our jelly, you get the idea. So keep those likes, shares, and subscribers coming because together we're unstoppable. So here's to chasing wisdom, spreading joy, and making the world a brighter place, one click at a time. Cheers, my friends. Stay strong, stay profound, stay stoic. See you on our next one.